You know, where you guys are right now in college and school, and of course, I see a lot of people who are way past that. So, right now, it's crazy that you have a formula for success. You know, everyone knows that you go to school, you have exams, and then you follow a path. And everyone decides to do that. Either it's your family or teachers or the people that you've looked up to. But very soon after school, I realized that there is no path to success. Actually, the path does not even exist. So, from that, I kind of understood that we need to unlearn a few things about success. Because we've been always taught that to reach success, you need to learn this. To have a successful life, you need to have this. To have successful business, you need to have these things. But from that moment on, I realized that you don't need to learn a lot of things. Rather, you need to unlearn things first to become successful. So today, I'm not going to tell you things that are written by someone, but these things are my personal experiences from the last 10 years of my life, right from finishing school, which was right here, GD Goenka World School. So coming back here was also wow. So when I finished school, the first story began. I've always wanted to be an actor. So the dream of becoming an actor began. I finished school and I thought I should pursue acting. I got lucky enough and I got admitted into New York Film School, which is also a very prestigious film school. And once things were taking turns, everything felt so good, and I was so certain that I was going to become an actor. Even so that my identity of an actor started to feel like that. But life hits curveballs for everyone. I realized that I have to come back to India. When I came back to India, instead of stepping into films, I stepped into business. So that was the first lesson I got from life, which was a lesson that I had to unlearn, is that success does not have a fixed destination. Because when I was in school and college, I thought now for me, becoming successful is studying for acting and go to acting school and become an actor. So that pivot of a life of coming back to India and not being able to pursue acting and pursuing business felt like a failure. I cannot tell you what big of a failure I felt, that, oh my God, now what am I going to do? How is this going to turn my life around, and what's going to happen? What's the future consists for me? So that was the first lesson I feel, that you need not to have one set direction. Wherever life takes you, you go and you make that your success. So after that first story comes my second story, which is even harder. I thought now my failure is over. So now comes the second story of starting business. I am in business of fashion. I have retail stores of footwear, and I want to become the biggest fast fashion brand for the country. It was all beautiful. I started off, fashion industry is very glamorous. I got lucky. I met a lot of successful people whose companies were doing fabulous. You know, there's growth that you see, and there's glamour that you see, and there's money that you see. So I thought, why not? Okay, let's take that. I changed my direction into success. But soon I realized that it's not that easy to do business. You know, my stores, my retail chain wasn't doing well. COVID hit at that moment. And that kind of broke me again. Now, what am I supposed to do? From one to another. And I remember my father always says this thing that always sticks with me. He says, you have to stick longer with your problems. So I thought, okay, why not? I'm not going to quit this. My father and my family is with me. I will stick to the business. And that was the second lesson that I got, was that you will not always have clarity in your life. If you feel that you will learn something and then pursue it, I'm very sorry. You will need to learn on the move. So the second lesson I learned in business was that your clarity will happen when you're on the move. And luckily, right now, in the car coming here, I saw an interview where there's very big industrialist. He said the exact same thing. If you're an entrepreneur or a businessman, you will never feel ready. You start where you can and you build whatever you want on the move. So that's my second lesson that I got from business. I got lucky enough, got married, business is doing good. Recently, I became a father. And I became a father to a very beautiful 7-month-old girl. So now the third lesson starts. Now I look at success and the meaning of success for her. What kind of success do I want her to feel in life? I need to stop thinking about myself and I need to start to think about my daughter. What does she want to get to and feel successful about? Because right now, success is about comparison. We're always comparing each other. Someone else has better education, you compare yourself. The other person is making more money, you compare them. I have come to a realization that for my daughter, I think success should have a definition of being able to think for herself. She can set whatever boundaries, whatever limits she wants for success. So now I'm not going to teach her success. I'm going to teach her how to think properly, how to decide what you want to become in life. So from the 3 stories of my life, which is first, the acting dream, second, the business, and third, fatherhood, these are the 3 lessons that I think you should take back from this talk. The first one is, there is no final destination to success. Because if there were, I think everyone would be successful. You follow one path, you keep doing it, and you're successful in whatever industry you want to become. I'm sorry, that's not true. The second is comparison. Please unlearn comparison. Because you are comparing your behind the scenes to someone's real highlights. You know, everyone, social media, what they do is people post whatever they've received, the end product. They don't post the struggles they've been through. They don't post the kind of life that they had to sacrifice to reach that highlight. So please stop comparing. And the third are timelines. Do not have a set timeline for yourself. Life and success rewards direction. It is not going to reward speed, because life is really long. So today I want to close with something that always stays with me, that life is like this. It is not like this, it is not like this. So adapt, unlearn before learning new things, before figuring out, because people, and not just people, everyone, this is human mentality. What we do is we see someone else's success, we see someone else's business, and we try to compare ourselves. So please, before learning any definitions that you have of success, unlearn definitions, unlearn what you feel is holding you back, It could be in any genre, it could be in any field. I think that's what it is for today. Thank you.